You know, some things are just unacceptable.
When's your due date? Right now. Is your due date?
And unforgivable. So in today's episode, I'm going to show you a video of a young black pregnant woman who went to a hospital in Texas, Dallas to be more specific, having the most excruciating labor pain. She's about to give birth. And I want you to watch how she writhes in pain, how she screams out for pain. And I want you to see how the nurse who is sitting by doing her intake responds to her pain. My name is Rogan, by the way. This is the ThisBahamianGyal podcast. On my platform, I do social commentary and reaction videos. I encourage my audience to have private conversations in public. If you are listening to the podcast, please watch on YouTube because you need to see this for yourself. Let's go.
Fuck! When's your due date? Right now. Is your due date? 11. What? How many times have you been pregnant? 3. This is your 3rd pregnancy? Yes! You have 2 babies
It's
at
in
home?
my ass.
You have 2 babies at home? Who's your doctor?
Lang is her doctor. Y'all treat all your patients like this or just the black ones?
Beverly's the first another patient for you. Last name is Jones. She's G3P2. I'm not sure when her due date is.
Her due date
You
is
just
the
said it
10th.
was the 10th.
I think her due date's the 10th.
She got 3 pregnancies, 2 babies at home.
To congratulate your father with 2 minutes.
I bet y'all listen next time. When you found out you was delivering at this hospital, your ass should have changed doctors.
Thank you.
Everybody say how they treat people here.
So this hospital is the Dallas Regional Medical Hospital in Mesquite, Texas. And in reading through the comments, I know nothing about this hospital, but reading through the comments and seeing what people had to say, it was not positive at all. There were several nurses who spoke out about this whole incident and said how poorly this was handled by the nurse. There are folks who got upset because they said, why do people always have to make it a black-white issue? But this is definitely a black-white issue. There are white women who came into the comment section and said, oh, I was rolled right in when I was in labor pains. I didn't have to go through all this. Many women said the same thing. And we know for a fact that black women are treated differently when they go into certain hospitals. This has medically been spoken about for years. And there's going to be a nurse that I want you to listen to. She's going to come up. There are 2 nurses, one nurse and an OBGYN that I want you to hear from because they make mention of this very same thing as well. This was disgusting for me because to me, this young lady should have been rolled into an operating theater so she could prepare for birth, because she said, I bleeped it, but she was basically saying that the child was in her butt. Because the baby's bearing down, okay? And she's in excruciating pain. This nurse does not even comfort her in the least, doesn't say, we're almost finished, I'm so sorry. She didn't bother to go and get another nurse to do the intake. She could have said, can we, by the way, the lady who is here talking on who's recording is the woman's mother. This is what has been reported, that's her mom, right? So she could have said, can we ask your mother the questions? She would know the answers to some of these questions. She would know how many children she has. Okay. So while that's happening, she could have been treating this young lady, but she never once offers her any comfort, doesn't even make any eye contact with her. She acts as if this woman is coming in here for a routine filling. And it was disgusting for me to watch this. I was really hurt by this. And so many people were sending me this video to react to. But I'd already seen it and I said I was going to react. But I was so hurt for this young lady because childbirth ain't no joke. Anything could have happened. She could have died. Childbirth is like the closest thing to death. Okay? It is so excruciatingly painful. Women have passed away right after giving birth. So her turning her back, and they said, what was this? This woman had her in the waiting area more than 30 minutes and the delivery was awful. Take a listen to this nurse who goes by, she's very popular on TikTok. She goes by, her name is Jen Hamilton. I want you to take a listen to what she had to say, because like I said, there were so many nurses who came into the comment section and they were creating their own videos saying that this was absolutely unacceptable, unprofessional. And I just felt so badly for this woman.
I just watched something that absolutely disgusted me. As a former ER nurse and a current labor and delivery nurse, I usually try to seek the best intent of a nurse. Not today. Not today. Because barring you having a medical emergency yourself, where your legs, your arms, and your voice no longer work, there is zero excuse for the blatant neglect that I just watched. And as a reminder, Black women are 3 times as likely to die in and around childbirth than their white counterparts. Part of that is because they are not believed about their pain. How you can sit there on the computer and act like you don't notice that this woman is actively birthing beside you is crazy town to me. Unacceptable, inexcusable. And if you've got coworkers who you watch do something like that, you are just as culpable.
100% agree. I wish I could find the report that I saw many years ago that talked about how medical practitioners, doctors, nurses, anyone who is giving care to Black women, they tend to overlook their pain. Because I don't know if it's because they just think that we're naturally tougher or we could just handle more pain. I don't know what it is, but we're still human beings. These are still women. This is still a pregnant woman in going in labor or in labor. You think she doesn't feel any pain? She's screaming to the point where I don't know if you even heard when she stood up and she just did like this, because it was like you couldn't even express the pain anymore. And this woman did not, again, she did not offer any words of comfort. And this is why I hate when people go into professions they don't really want to be in. You want to be a teacher? You better love kids or get the hell out. Love children. You hate children? You hate teaching, imparting knowledge? Get the hell out. You don't like dealing with sick people? Go work somewhere else. Go work in a bank. Don't work in a hospital. You have a problem dealing with different types of people in the medical profession? Get the hell out. Get the hell out. Because I don't want no angry nurse dealing with me when I'm giving birth to my child. I don't want some nurse who doesn't take my pain seriously dealing with me. Get the hell out. This was so sick. And I really felt for this lady. And I felt for her mother. That is indeed her mother sitting there watching her child writhing in pain like that. And she asked the right question. Do you treat all your patients like this or just the Black ones? And I don't care who gets mad and say, oh, you always want to make it a race thing. It's not about making it a race thing. Some things are just blatant. Some things are just blatant. And like I said, there were so many, and I'm going to get to the point where I'm going to put these comments and stuff, but I'm editing this video and I don't have time to go through all that. Y'all could go on TikTok and read it yourself. There were white women who said, I never had this experience. I really feel so sorry for this lady. This shouldn't have happened. I've had 3 kids. I know what that's like. And all these people saying that's never happened to me. There are other Black women saying, yep, this happened to me. They don't care. You can't ignore that. I don't care how mad you get because you're like, oh, they always got to make it a race thing. Everybody, certainly on this channel, I'm making everything a race thing. But some things are just too damned obvious to ignore. Let's take a listen to this OBGYN. Dr. Camila says, let me just play it.
When's your due date?
Whatever you're doing right now, I need you to stop and watch this video.
When's your due date?
Right now.
So you don't have to be an OBGYN. You don't have to have any medical knowledge to know that this woman is in distress.
Is your due date 11?
For those primal screams, not to invoke an ounce of humanity. Think about that.
What? How many times have you been pregnant?
Seriously, who gives a baby's coming?
3.
This is your 3rd pregnancy?
Yes!
You have 2 babies
It's
at
in
home?
my ass.
3rd baby, it's in my ass, means she's going to have a baby on the floor unless she gets that woman to a room now.
You have 2 babies at home? Who's your doctor?
Lang is her doctor.
to talk about this Dallas video because it's not just bad behavior, it's dangerous, it's discriminatory, and it's why Black women in this country keep dying. The young woman's in active labor, and clinically we all know that priorities shift. Intake stops, and your eyes should be on that mom and the baby. But instead, we're watching a nurse sit there asking frivolous questions while a Black woman is clearly in distress, progressing, and not treated with the urgency and dignity that she deserves. It's not just rude, it's dangerous. It's egregious, and it's actually disgusting medical care. And I need y'all to understand something, that as a Black OBGYN, this is not an isolated incident. This is a culture. And this is what happens when a healthcare system that is not designed for anyone outside the majority, this is how it affects and shapes the legacy and how Black women are treated in real time. This is our maternal mortality numbers. This is how Black women end up ignored, undiagnosed, untreated, and unprotected. It's a bias, it's systematic, and it's behavior like this that gets passed down, normalized, excused. This is a culture problem in Dallas, Texas probably as a whole. And a culture doesn't change with a press release. It changes with accountability, retraining, leadership, consequences, and a refusal to let people like this touch patients. So, in closing, Black women deserve urgency, compassion, and clinical excellence. This ain't it. What we saw was unacceptable, and it's time that the healthcare system finally stops pretending that this doesn't happen. You need to do better.
I mean, she just nailed it. She absolutely nailed it. I don't know what it is about some folks who feel like Black women are so tough. And I don't know if it's because, you know, some of us walk around saying, I'm a strong Black woman, but that's mentally strong. You know, you could be emotionally strong. Now you're dealing with the physical aspect of it. You're dealing with labor pains. And just to be, like I said, ignored, there was no ounce of comfort. There was no, hey, let me get another nurse to come and jump in here to ask these questions. This woman was about to have this baby. This bothered me so much, y'all. This really, it pissed me off, to be honest. Like, I watched this and I walked away from the video for a minute, and then I came back because I just read about so many women who've died during childbirth or died after childbirth, and it's sick. It is so sick. Let me know what you think down below. Not much for me to add because I'm still processing this. Honestly, I really did not like seeing this. And usually I could talk for a long time on a subject, but that really, really hurt me because our lady could have died. Her child could have died. You cannot ignore this. And like this OBGYN said, you know, the culture has to change. You cannot, an apology and a press release. No, that's not sufficient. There has to be consequences. And we have to police our coworkers as well when we see that sort of thing happening. So when you see a woman in distress the way that this young lady was in distress, and you see a nurse not doing anything, you got to jump up and jump in and help. Let her backside get fired. Don't let someone who's come here for help, bringing life into the world, do so under these circumstances. It's not fair. I'm not from Dallas. I've only visited Dallas once in my life, enjoyed it. But, this hospital, a lot of folks didn't have anything positive to say. I'm really, really disturbed by that. I'm disturbed by that. And to hear her mother say, when you found out that you were delivering at this hospital, you should have changed. That says a lot. That says that they have a reputation. Honestly, I don't want to just hear an apology and this should not have happened. And we hold ourselves to the higher standard, the same old boilerplate template that they always have at the ready. What are the consequences? What are you going to do to change the culture so that when any woman walks through that door, Black, Asian, white, Hispanic, whatever, that they're treated fairly, they're treated with urgency, they're treated the same? What are you going to do? Because I don't want to hear your boilerplate, template, whatever. Drop your all comments down below. Follow me. I know I sound so angry today. I was so angry when I saw this video. I was so angry. And thank you again to all of you who sent me the link. Again, if you have videos that you want me to react to, please go to bemyguest at ThisBahamianGyal.com or collab at ThisBahamianGyal.com. And just send me a link, a YouTube link, a TikTok, Instagram, Threads link that you want me to react to, because sometimes I miss things, and sometimes I just come across stuff that you guys haven't even seen. But definitely send that to me. Follow me on my blog at ThisBahamianGyal.com, and on Instagram at ThisBahamianGyal, on TikTok at ThisBahamianGyalTBG. If you want to support this channel financially, please buy me a coffee. All the information is down below in the description box. And if you don't have any money to give, that's fine. I know it's tough times. Watch an ad or two here on the channel. That's it. Just let it play. Let the ad play. I put some money in my pockets. All right, guys, I'll see you all in the next episode. Thank you so much to my audio listeners, my podcast listeners, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Toodles.